Good morning, everybody. Grumpy Prepper here again this morning. I just got done watching a video of somebody else, Prepper Nation. Had some good ideas, but I'm gonna go my way. We got problems coming. Watched the debate last night. They're really looking hard for civil unrest. I've got my place, but if you're looking to go somewhere else, or you're going to have to leave the city, or you just don't really like where you're at, couple of tips from years and years of hunting. If you get in rural areas, you'll find places, old home places where people used to live. They're going to possibly have an old well. They're going to be near a creek. Scout these kind of places out now. If you know somebody that hunts, or you live close to a rural area, go take an afternoon drive, take a Saturday drive, just ride. Go find the dirt roads and ride. Look for, if there's been logging going on, trucks entering in and out of the highway, in and out of dirt roads. Even you can even go to the courthouse and get maps of where the old deeds were, out out away from where you're at. Say you find one of these places that you're looking for. True enough, it's going to be trespassing, but I'm not advocating breaking the law. But in the situation that we could possibly be in, I don't think a lot of people are going to be worried about that, and you're not worried about staying for long term. I mean, it could be on a national park that you could find this area. Old abandoned homes, farms, that kind of thing. Anything that's going to give you peace of mind for a short period of time till you can make it somewhere else. If you need to hold up, if you need to have shelter or whatever. It's also going to give you a place with all your preps. If you can't carry everything or want to keep it at the house, it gives you a place to, or your apartment, it gives you a place to have a cache, a hiding place. If you want to go along your route, if you know the route you're going to take, and you don't want to take everything with you, or you think you're going to be on foot, a 5-gallon bucket, a 3.5-gallon bucket, take it and bury it along your route. Yeah, you're going to need some way to identify where you put it. They make all type of reflective tape, just bright colored vinyl tapes, duct tape. It can even be as simple as a Coke can hanging on a tree, tied to a tree. Just something that you know is there. Just make sure if you do something like that, you dig a hole, put your bucket deep enough in it to cover it, so you're going to have easy access to it. But make sure you camouflage it back over with your leaves and sticks or whatever, so it looks pretty natural. A lot of this is old conspiracy theory. But sometimes this stuff comes into play. You have to know how to hide in plain sight. And when it goes to a lot of this, you look at people who have been homeless for a long time, whether it be by situation or by choice. They follow rivers, they follow railroads, they follow creeks. Most of these people that are homeless by choice or by situation, they're evidently pretty tough people, because they've been surviving out here on on what a lot of people call fun. One drawback that I see, and I may be wrong about it, but railways in a grid down situation or STF situation or SHTF, railways would be probably used a lot to move a lot of things. So if you're gonna follow railways, you're gonna make sure that if that's your travel path, that when it comes to getting near a larger city or any city, you're gonna have to get off that path. You're gonna have to bypass around to stay safe and stay out of harm's way, so to speak. So that comes this next part. Find a good map. If you know you're going to be going to multiple states, possibly a small atlas. You know, even if you wanted to get waterproof maps of each state, that's going to show you your railways. It's going to show you state parks. A lot of these things are going to be of some use. You know, state parks, they're probably going to have water. They're probably going to have frostless water spigots somewhere in there in their camping area. Is that camping area going to be somewhere you really want to frequent? Probably not. It may be somewhere for a short term if you're going to camp for a day, maybe two, and then leave and move on. But you have to remember that they're usually, a lot of those places are gated in one way in and one way out, and you may end up possibly trapped in there. You know, that could be further on in a worst case scenario. You know, if you end up on foot, it's not going to be a good thing. So you're going to have to really look for these kind of things and know where they're at. I think right now, I don't know the exact number, but in the U.S. there are multiple foreclosed and abandoned homes. In one respect, that's good if you're carrying your supplies with you. People are not going to be looking at those in abandoned homes for food. So if they have shelter or they're scavenging, they're not going to be looking in those houses. So you'll be pretty safe at that. You know, you're going to have to learn how to find water on the fly. Take your water filters, you know, your whatever kind it is that you prefer, your live straw. You know, they're great to have. You know, the purification tablets or iodine tablets, they're really good to have. You know, if you can, if it's nothing else but you know, a little bit of bleach or pool shock that you can carry in some type of container that you know is not going to spill. Especially the pool shock, you know, that's great because it's granulated. Bleach, not so great because it'll leak out all over everything. Hit your yard sales up, find a cheap tent. You know, that way if you end up, you're trekking, you're walking or whatever, at least you have that much. You know, if nothing else, hey, get that tent, get a tarp, look on the internet, learn how to make a tarp shelter. You know, if you're not able to build a fire, learn how to build a fire. There's so many things that go in there. Space blankets are cheap. The Mylar blankets are cheap. If you want to spend a little bit more, go on and get a tarp that has the reflective backing on it. That way, if all you do for your shelter is end up wrapping up in that tarp, you've got that reflective side to keep your body heat in. Or if all you have is your Mylar blanket, wrap up in the Mylar blanket, get the tarp around you, stay dry. That's one big thing right there. All this, if you end up doing any of this, stay dry. Stay dry, find water. You're not really gonna be able to scavenge food. In my opinion, one of the best lightweight, calorie-packed things that you can have with you is peanut butter. I hope you aren't allergic to peanut butter, because that puts you in a different scenario there. It's very calorie dense. It's easy to take. You can have a plastic spoon. You can take a couple spoonfuls of peanut butter. It'll knock the edge off the hunger and you can carry on. So just think outside the box a little bit. Look at all this I'm saying about do a little pre-planning. Take a little day trip. Make it fun for everybody. Like I said, it causes a lot of stress. Make it a fun little day trip just to kind of see. Ride the back roads, mark a map, get an idea. One other little real quick tip. Everybody pretty well has Harbor Freight. When they run their sales, a lot of times they're giving away batteries for free. May not be the best batteries, you may use more of them, but it's gonna save you some money. All right, guys, long enough. If y'all like what I'm telling you, give me any suggestions you think I might know, anything you might want me to research. I have a lot of time on my hands. But for now, it's Grumpy Prepper. Like and subscribe. Thank you.